So, yes. Unfortunately, that is one of the reasons he had to be heartworm and parvo tested, on top of not having all of his shots, and her saying that it was because she didn't have to do it that way. He was being exposed constantly to dogs that had like just been brought from other shelters or picked up off the street or wherever else she got them from. And it doesn't seem, according to her own page, that any of the dogs go through any actual quarantine. She does appear to have a vet that she takes some of them to. However, it seems that she's only taking the dogs to this vet in serious cases, like they need surgery or, really sick or something like that. So unfortunately, our puppy got swept under the rug basically as far as vet care goes. She claimed he went and saw a vet, but based off of his behavior during his shot, and then the vet also said that he had a really hard time with blood draws. They had to bear hug him with one person and do the blood draw with the other person. He still moved too much, so he ended up getting poked a couple times. And our vet was like, yeah, he's never been to an actual vet's office for routine care. So that was another lie that she had told us about the situation. So unfortunately, she did keep him with other dogs and expose him to other dogs, which is how he got hookworms, roundworms, and tapeworms. And why our vet was very concerned for the potential of heartworms and parvo. And she did tell us that even though the heartworm stuff came back negative right now, we're going to have to bring him back in 6 months and retest just to make sure. And legitimately, I have an issue with claiming that you have vetted a rescue dog that's only been at your, if you go look at part 4, video for part 4, you'll see some... you should see a whole moment about a dog that she named Cheyenne on there, that she had gone. There's a post about her going to Texas, and then that dog is the dog plus a couple of other dogs that she picks up from the shelter in Texas. And then 5 days after this dog is brought to her home, which is where her private rescues run from. It is from her home. It's like a 3-bedroom house with, she says it's 3 acres, but what we could see was the dogs really only had access to a yard with the kennels, the outdoor kennel. And again, those outdoor kennels seem to be housing some of the overflow dogs, as their regular home. Anyway, this dog clearly wasn't vetted. 5 days after she arrived at their rescue, she was adopted out to a family, and then 22 hours after her adoption, she was returned. And all the post says is, through no fault of her own, she has been returned. And there's another dog that happened to. He was adopted the day before we got our puppy, and 2 days later after he was adopted, which ended up being the day after we adopted our puppy, he was returned to her shelter, again, through no fault of his own, and he was like a 3-month-old puppy, 4-month-old puppy maybe max. So you tell me, I don't know, also eerily, her entire page, if you look through all of her comments on her stuff, y'all, I did some sleuthing, not even gonna lie, whatever. It took me several days to get through quite a lot of her stuff. Anyway, if you go through all that and you look at the comments and everything and the reviews and all that stuff, there's not a negative review anywhere about her. It's all people cheering her on, telling her how great a job she's doing, how dare people just turn dogs back and send them back in, and all this other stuff. And I'll post a receipt right here of here's a post I found where a dog had been returned, and someone asked her right here at the bottom, if there was a reason, like, could they know why the dog had been returned? There was never a response to that, ever. And that's the only thing I can find on, like, basically the entire page where anybody's like, oh, why was the dog returned? Everybody else is just like praising this lady and basically kissing her feet, tell her what a great job she's doing, and how they don't understand why people won't give dogs time. But barring a severe issue, dogs should not be coming back to your rescue within a day or so. And let's remember that she did text me when I told her that my puppy was very sick to just bring him back to her, because she, for some reason, thought she was going to be able to take care of him, even though her vet was closed that day when he got sick, and would not be open until the following day at like 10:30 in the morning. She knew she had nowhere to take him. So I don't know what she was going to do with him. And just one last thing, the worms that he has are really bad. I mean, he's got the 3 different kinds, but she said it was so bad he's going to need 2 month-long treatment cycles at least to get rid of them. And he was starting to develop anemia once, you know, by the time we got him to the vet's office. Anyway, I guess that's technically part 4.5, you know, little add-on. And then I guess we'll get on to part 5 now.